visits that they have with the primary care doctors that help to prevent serious disease from developing.
It's time to get started again, and we should begin with a visit to our primary care physician or to the new walk-in clinic at IRMC. Checkups and screenings can help diagnose cancers, heart disease, diabetes, and so much more. Don't put it off any longer. Make that appointment today. IRMC. Better health, better life.
Your hometown radio station, News Talk, AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM, is an equal opportunity employer. You can view our current job openings at WCCSradio.com. Organizations wishing to receive our current opportunities can contact us at eeoreports@rendamedia.com.
It seems that many of us are thinking about football, but hey, there's plenty of summertime left. A great way to spend Saturday mornings in the summertime is tuning into the Oldies Attic, with the musics from the 60s through the 80s and some lost gems from the 50s. Hi everybody, this is Bill Otto inviting you to join me Saturday morning from 9 to noon as we reminisce a bit with some great music. At 10 o'clock, we'll have our Name Behind the Song feature and other things along the way. It's the Oldies Attic.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. So the school year starts this week in Indiana County, and all around Pennsylvania, schools are getting up and going, and that means that we're going to see school buses on the road. And, that means as well that school bus companies are very, very, very active places right about now. That includes Smith Bus Company in the studio with us this morning. Randy, Matthew, and Zachary Smith, 3 generations involved with Smith Bus Company, and it's good to have them in the studio with us again. Our conversation is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm, the best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Morning, guys.
Morning.
It's good to have you all with us here today. Randy, let's start with you. When school bus season gets rolling again, well, I guess it never really ends, does it? Because one school year ends and you're working on maintenance and acquiring new buses and thinking of bus routes. I think that's one of the underrated aspects of the whole job is getting the bus route down because it changes every year.
Yeah, it's always a funny, and within the facility itself, we're mostly more busier in the summer than what we are. It actually slows down a little bit once school starts between preparing the buses, detailing the buses inside and out, police inspection, and you're right, a lot of routing, especially with school districts doing reconfigurations and stuff, takes a lot of time.
Yeah, I would guess. My goodness, that it is a very, very, very busy time. But when we think about the buses themselves, safety obviously is the number one thing. Yeah, you want the kids to be safe. You want people to be safe around buses. So let's talk about that issue for a while. And Matt, we can bring you in on this conversation as well. Zachary too, because Zach, he's involved.
He's involved.
Yeah. Zach, what do you do with the bus company itself?
I wash buses and help in the shop when I need to.
Yeah. Is it fun?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Matt, he's your son, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's my oldest.
Yeah. Well, that's terrific. And you put him to work. That's good.
Yeah, he enjoys it. He gets up in the morning and helps out where needed. Good experience for him. He's learned how to drive and through the parking lot and things like that.
Yeah. Same as when you were a kid?
Yep, same process.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk a little bit about safety. First of all, the need for folks to be safe around school buses. There are laws, we know, that are designed to protect the students on the buses themselves, and everybody involved. Sometimes laws don't get followed, and that's when trouble starts. And so the reminder at the beginning of a school year is always follow the law, and you'll be okay, right?
Yep. I think one of the big ones is when stopping at intersections. People don't realize when a bus stops at an intersection, all 4 ways of traffic have to stop. And I don't think a lot of the public realizes that. And we have trouble where, cars start making right-hand turns and left-hand turns. And at an intersection, kids might be crossing straight across or right or left and all different directions. So the big thing is making sure everybody stops at an intersection with the buses there.
Yeah, yeah, and it makes perfect sense, perfect common sense. Some people might, though, get questions about, for instance, highways that are divided a bit, whether there's a grass strip between them or even a wider expanse or a narrow expanse where you've got a lane of traffic in each direction and you've got that turning lane in the middle. And people coming the opposite direction might say, do I have to stop there or not because I've got that turning lane? You do.
Yes, you do. Yeah, with our highways here, we got some really decent highways with 119 and 22, and traditionally, the trouble we get into is when we actually stop the bus to pick somebody up, and that's when the accident starts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got to watch that when that arm goes out, obviously, and the flashing lights. The signs are there.
Yep.
You just have to follow them, and we want everyone to be safe.
Absolutely.
All right. So we also want to have safe bus drivers, and so you put a lot into training bus drivers to transport the students safely, to make sure that they're doing everything by the book, so that there are no problems there.
Yep. Over the past week here, they've been doing their orientation meetings. They've been getting their routes. They're starting their routes over, making sure they know them for the first day of school. Mm-hmm. Retouching on all the safety protocols and the procedures for the bus, and the new classes. We got training going on all the time for them, and all kinds of stuff like that.
So Smith Bus is involved with how many school districts in Indiana County?
5.
5 school districts within Indiana County. What about other counties?
Well, I tell you, there's 5 total. 2 of them are not in Indiana County.
Yeah,
Okay.
Elderton would be Armstrong, and Kiski would be Westmoreland County.
Derry's in Westmoreland also.
That's true.
So you've got all those school districts in which you're involved. That means that every year, of course, there has to be some turnover and new drivers come on. So tell me about that process. And do you have enough now?
It's a constant work in progress. Traditionally, we used to run 3 or 4 classes a year. Now we have a person that's all they do is dedicated to recruitment and training. So it's a challenge.
Yeah. As the school year gets ready to go, are there still job openings that need to be filled?
Absolutely. Well, we have, I think, close to 300 school bus drivers and about 25 full-time staff people, and that's how we plug the holes as our full-time staff people when trips start going and it starts really getting busy.
Yeah.
We average about a 12% turnover ratio, which is less than the national average, but still way higher than what you want. But yeah, right now we're still sitting at about 12 to 15 short to start the school year.
And we think of the average school day, the start of school and the end of school each day, but there are so many extracurricular activities going on, and those all require bus drivers as well.
Yep. And one of the big things that just come up in the last couple of years is coaches. We have quite a few coaches that have gotten their license that now haul their own teams.
Oh, yeah?
And they really enjoy it, and they take other teams as well. We have baseball coaches that in their off season they'll haul junior high basketball teams, and they really enjoy it, and they know the bus is going to show up because they're driving it.
Yeah.
We even have 2 superintendents for emergency purposes.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, that's terrific.
Yep.
That they're willing to do that, and why not? Because again, it's a safety factor, but it's also the idea that they want to do whatever they can to make the school year a good one for their kids. It's really important. So, if somebody wants to become a school bus driver right now, what should they do?
They can either go onto our website and follow the links on the website, or they can call any of our offices and they'll hook them up with the application. They can fill it out online, or just stop in any of the garages and talk to the people right there, and we'll get them started on their way.
Mm-hmm. And the website is
smithbusco.com.
smithbusco.com.
Yep.
There you go.
Traditionally, it takes about 45 days to go through the process, but there's many of those 7-passenger caravans that are non-school buses that we can get the clearances run and get them actually on the payroll while they work through the process of becoming a school bus driver.
Yeah. The training process is one thing, but those clearances are very, very important too.
Correct.
Yep.
We can do those pretty quick. The training takes about 45 days.
Yeah. Is it on a closed course?
No, the course is actually a CDL course, which is probably 5 or 6 mile.
Yeah.
But there's a classroom, and there's knowledge testing, and it's a commercial license.
Yeah.
The driver has to have 6 hours of behind the wheel training before they can ever even take their test.
Minimum.
So
Yeah.
they're out on the road with a licensed driver and learning how to do it.
Yeah.
Takes
Zach-
a lot of staff, one-on-one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Zach, is that an ambition for you one day?
Yeah, I want to do that.
You'd like to do that someday? I bet being around the farm, you probably you probably drive some big equipment right now, don't you?
Yep.
That's terrific stuff. And the fact that you want to be involved in the school bus company, washing the buses, doing whatever it takes to be a part of the business. That's kind of cool, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I would guess that the bus driver for you is taking you wherever you're going. They know that Zach's on the line there, so let's make sure we do it right.
We had trouble years ago. His first day at kindergarten, he told the bus driver that she thought she was going a little bit too fast. So we had to.
That's all right. That's all right. We want everybody to be absolutely perfect, and in the school bus industry, that's very, very, very important. So, folks want to get involved with school buses and school bus driving, be a part of the Smith Bus Company family. There's room for you today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, terrific. All right, guys, what do folks need to know that maybe they don't know about driving a school bus?
It's not as bad as what people think it is. The big bus, the size of it scares them, and then once they get in it, it's not the beast that people think it is.
Yeah,
It's
probably some are intimidated by that, though.
Right, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
It's amazing the relationship the driver gets with the students, to where they might be on a longer route, but they do always want to stay on that route just because of that relationship with those students.
Yeah.
There's a bond there.
They're their kids, aren't they?
They're their kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a really, really important job. We salute everybody who does it. And again, we want folks to know that there's an opportunity right now for them to become a part of this whole process. SmithBusCo.com.
Yep.
That's what you got to do. And we should say as well that we're in the presence of the celebrity here, Zach, because you're the voice of tell me who you're the voice of on the commercial. Yeah.
Who do you represent?
Smith Bus.
Representing Smith Bus. All right, who's he play?
He plays himself. Yeah, he plays himself.
He plays himself? Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
He's on the commercials.
Cool. It's good to hear. Good to hear. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in to visit with us today. Smith Bus Company does such a great job of transporting students wherever it is that they need to be to make sure that everybody is safe all through the school year. We wish you the best in the school year, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having us.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160.
If you or a loved one are dealing with a personal injury case, Marcus & Mack is here to help. I'm Bob Marcus.
And I'm Brian Nitterheiser.
At Marcus & Mack, we've been fighting for our clients for nearly 50 years.
From car accidents to workplace injuries, we've got you covered.
Our team is dedicated to getting you the compensation you deserve.
Marcus & Mack, with 5 convenient offices, including our headquarters right here in Indiana.
At Marcus & Mack, we mean business. Call the Hurt Line or visit our website at